Hey theme park lovers, it's me, your favorite theme park builder, Joe. I'm here with a little Planet Coaster 2 tour video. Here in a few minutes, I'm gonna be showing you my brand new fairy tale themed roller coaster. I'm calling it Rapunzel's Tower. You can see it there in the background. It's tall, it's got a bunch of loops, it's extreme. In fact, according to the game, it is too extreme to open to the public, which we're gonna see later. We're gonna be riding it anyway later in the video. First of all, a big thanks to Planet Coaster for sponsoring this video. They have given me the opportunity to create my own mini theme park to show off some of the features of their new updates. I'm going to be showing you some of the new park themes, the restaurants, modular shops, and on-ride photos. We're about to do an entire tour of the park that I made. I made this theme park in sandbox mode, which is my personal favorite way to play the game. It's still a work in progress. You will see that I'm still working on some things. In fact, I'd love suggestions. Feel free to give me suggestions. And I'm making it mostly using their new fairy tale theme items, which y'all know is my absolute favorite. I love medieval stuff. It's castles, it's gestures, it's queens and kings, it's witches, it's dragons, it's all of that medieval stuff that I love. Right now, it is an unnamed theme park. I'm also open to suggestions for a theme park name. I'd like it a pun. Something to do with my username, Half Moon Joe, medieval, fairy tale related. I do love a pun. So let's get into the theme park tour. Here is a quick overview of the theme park. You can see it's a smaller theme park right now, but it does have lots of room to expand. I'll start you off right at the park entrance though. Oh yeah, this is the roller coaster we're gonna be riding later. They don't allow people on it, and I think you can see why. When I first started the theme park, I wanted it to kind of have this initial hub, and I was really just playing around with a lot of the fairy tale decorations. It's one of their new themes. They've got sci-fi themed, they've also got pirate and Viking themed, and those kind of had some overlap. So there's some pirate and Viking themed stuff in here too. Made a little clock tower. It's got this absolutely adorable clock mechanism that comes out of it, and the little medieval band down here that plays on a loop. And I spent a lot of time on this intro section of the park, and I was humming this theme song, and Justin asked me what I was humming the other day. So it's catchy. It gets stuck in your head. The animatronics are absolutely wonderful. I've got a knight here right at the entrance. I've got one of the jesters. Chat, this one reminds me of y'all. One of my new favorite additions. You can put down a spooky tree and you can put a witch's house in it. And there's a witch animatronic, and I absolutely adore this animatronic. I've got another one over here, and this one has a cauldron, and she shoots off magical sparks every once in a while. I've got one of the dragons over here. I think there's 3 large dragons you can use, and then there's 2 sleeping dragons. Oh, the witch in the tree, the witch in the tree. I love that. I love that. And then this is kind of the first part of the park that you walk into. I wanted to make it kind of like a medieval fairy tale downtown area. These are all shops that you can buy stuff from. We've got hats, we've got slushies. Of course, you gotta have your medieval sushi. Something I really appreciate is you can really just put down these shops and you can build something really cool around it. So this gave me an idea for when I expand the theme park. And then you come around the corner and you see one of the sleeping dragon animatronics. The lines for some of these rides are a little long right now. I need to do a little bit of management. Don't mind the shark, you know, he's just there for vibes. He's having his own good time. For these smaller rides, I used some of the blueprints that are already in the game. This is a teacups ride, which is, this is the Viking, has a lot of the Viking theme stuff, which fits in my opinion, with a lot of the fairy tale stuff. We've got another sleeping dragon animatronic next to a knight who is guarding this ride, and this is the sky beam. This one swings you around, and you think it's really tall, but then you see it next to Rapunzel's Tower, and you know, that makes everything look small in comparison. I did have another tower over here when I was building the theme park, but then I realized the guests were running into that tower. So, you know, you live and you learn, and you know, you gotta make adjustments for the safety of your guests. Me acting like I care about guest safety when we're about to ride that thing. All of these are under here in flat rides. They've got some blueprints that already have this Viking medieval theme, but of course you can change any of these elements. You can come down here in the scenery section, then I could select fairy tale theme pack, and I've got all of this stuff to work with. So you can retheme the rides however you want them. As you get to the back of the park right now, this is where you get to the castle facade that I built. Oh, one of my favorite things. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and add it. Let's go down here to animatronics. I'm also gonna include pirate pirate theme stuff and Viking theme. When I was decorating, I often had these 3 checked. Here it is. This is the Kraken. I love this thing. I gotta put it somewhere. I think it exists in the fairy tale realm as well. It's this big Kraken that jumps out of the water. It sprays water on guests as if my Rapunzel's Tower roller coaster needed to be any scarier. Let's spin it around so that it's yelling at the roller coaster when it pops out of the water. Maybe we'll add some tentacles over here later. But back to the castle. This part of the theme park is under the most construction right now. You head to the other side of the castle, you can see it's this big open area. Right now I've got a souvenir shop. I've got a lot of food vendors over here. My plan for this is to make it into sort of this big medieval open marketplace. We've already got the guards here protecting the castle, lots of restaurants surrounding the area, some places to sit and eat. Once again, I'm obsessed with these animatronics. Over here we've got, I put together a fountain, and I got 2 of the little dragons sleeping on it. We've got one of the parent dragons sleeping in the background. Over here is one of the cool new things. This is a modular souvenir shop. What I did for this one, and what I really like to do with these modular things, they give you some basic blueprints down here, which I've put one right here. I like to use the blueprints and then customize it, but you can also create it from scratch. So this one I haven't themed yet. You can put anything you want in the souvenir shop. Once you put down the cash wrap, you can go up here and you can link everything to your souvenir shop. So it's got all of these little components right here that you can move around, you can change the color, you can theme. Like I said, what I like to do is I haven't finished theming this one yet, but I like to put down like the blueprint of the modular shop and then perhaps make it castle themed. So you can double click on each of the things. I could delete that one. We can type in castle to see a lot of the castle items, and we can see the similar piece and we can put it there. Or you can knock down all of these walls. Another thing that I was thinking of doing, this entire area could just be a modular souvenir shop, and I could set up like the t-shirt stands. I could pull these t-shirt stands out. I could pull out the postcard stands, the umbrella stands, all of the merchandise out here like an open air market, and then you have the cash wraps where people actually go to buy the stuff. If you want to add more shelves, more merchandise, more decorations, you can click on your cash wrap, go up here to connections, add new or connect existing. You can add more corner shops, you can change the colors, you can change the theme, do whatever you want, and then you can go to the scenery and add things to the shelves. In that same realm of building your own stuff, I do have the Viking restaurant off to the side. This is essentially a modular restaurant as well. It's not very popular in my park. People tend to like the hot dogs more than they like the restaurant in my park right now. You go up here, you go to restaurant connections, you put in the cash wrap and the cooking area. You can connect everything to it. This Viking themed one is one of the blueprints that's already available. Now let's get to the roller coasters, because this is one of my favorite parts. I love building extreme roller coasters. Over here, you will see a roller coaster that people are actually available to ride. They are allowed to ride this one. And then you will see this one that is permanently in testing mode. This is Rapunzel's Tower. It is too extreme to open. We'll go look at the Dragon Trip one first. This is one of the blueprints in the game. I thought it fit my theme really well though. It's got the dragon cart. I needed to add a roller coaster that people would actually ride because it shows off one of the new cool features I'm obsessed with. This right here is the ride camera, which you can set up in the add-on section of your roller coaster, and you can sell guest photos that are taken on the roller coaster. The camera placement situation is really cool. It analyzes your entire roller coaster track. I've decided to put the camera here because it says it's a spot for a good photo. If we move the camera along the track down here, this part of the roller coaster has a low excitement, low fear score, low nausea, which is good, but it just creates for an average photo situation. So I found a place on the track that was going to give me a good photo, and I put it there because then they're more likely to want to buy their photos. Once you place it, you can see what every photo is going to look like on each of the cars. It is so cool that you can guide the roller coaster along. And in this part, you can change the camera distance, you confirm the placement, and then whenever the roller coaster goes by that, we'll take pictures for the guests. And the best part about that is you can sell the pictures. Right outside of the ride exit, I have set up a photo kiosk for them to purchase the pictures. You can add screens to it. I've got this one set to cycle through all of the Dragon Trip roller coaster pictures. And so then it shows the pictures that it takes on the ride. ride. And you know what we love in the theme park business is we love making money. Now on to my final roller coaster that I'm gonna show you. This is the, did you just see them going on that? This is the famous, infamous Rapunzel's Tower. I wanted to build a roller coaster that fit in with the fairy tale theme. It's modeled after Rapunzel's hair. We all know the fairy tale. Rapunzel's up in the tower. She's got her hair flowing down. You climb up the hair. So the track of this roller coaster is kind of like Rapunzel's hair. Very long and flowy. And you can see right here, you know, I can see why they don't want me to open this roller coaster. So let me pause it and pull up the roller coaster statistics. I do believe this part right here gets you up to, it's got some boosters in it. And let's see, it gets you up to 130 something miles per hour. You get a nice view of the front of the theme park before you go up the first spiral. How tall is this? You don't really drop too much below the 99 miles per hour as you're going up the corkscrew. What do we got here? 320 feet. Oh, by the way, we're going to ride this first person in just a minute. Once you start going down Rapunzel's hair on the second part of the roller coaster, I created it so you go through the tower. There are some near misses. You know, you do want to pay attention to the height restrictions on this one. You go down the corkscrew. And just when you think you're at the final loop, you've got this one last really big loop. And then over here, this is, it's curls. It's Rapunzel's curls. I'm not sure how many of these twists there are. I'm not a physicist. I'm not entirely sure what this would do to the human body. But, you know, it looks fun. And then it's ready for the next riders. Let's see, it goes from 124 miles an hour to... to like 9 in a matter of, you know, like a millisecond. So I can't imagine that causing any problems either. Let's ride it first person. I want to give y'all the true experience of this. Y'all can let me know if, oh, that's beautiful. The Kraken really does work well there. You can add a trigger to it. Okay, so look at you got all these beautiful views. Okay, I can see how it's hard to see while spinning though. I can definitely see that. I'm not even sure where I am right now. Oh, nope, I know where we are. It only lasts a matter of seconds. You know, it's over very quickly. But I would say you definitely get your money's worth out of that short amount of time. If we have any physicists, scientists in the chat who want to weigh in on, you know, those roller coaster statistics, feel free to let me know what this may or may not do to the human body. This is how I thrive. I love making these wild, wild roller coasters. Well, let's have a show of hands in the chat. How many of you would like to ride this roller coaster? And all of this barely scratches the surface of what you can do in Planet Coaster 2, so definitely check it out. Also, let me know if you'd like to see me play more Planet Coaster 2. Maybe do a Planet Coaster 2 live stream. Try it out for yourself. See what kind of theme park you can create. There are so many different themes that you can choose from in this. You can mix and match them as well. Planet Coaster 2, it's available on Steam, Epic, PlayStation, and Xbox. I had a lot of fun making this theme park. I'm still not done with it. So thanks again to Planet Coaster 2 for sponsoring this video. Love y'all so much. I will see you in the next stream.